stage your next performer, Josh Coutinho.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. I've been a comedian for about 5 seconds now. The best part about it is if you look like me, a comedy club is the only place you can bomb and it won't end up on the front page tomorrow. Wow, that got a bit too much laughter. 100 refugees landed in Australia recently. They fled the Taliban 2.0. Unfortunately, they landed in Perth, which is not that much different from their homeland. Both places are dry, unlivable, resource rich. Everyone's got a big beard, and for some reason, there's very harsh border restrictions, even though no one wants to go there. The leader of the Taliban's a scary-looking dude. Like, you look at him and you go, oh, that's a man who'd do whatever it takes to get what he wants. And then you have our guy, ScoMo. Our guy looks like a pudding. He doesn't look like anyone would die for him. He looks diabetic. It's a problem with the Western world in general, though, to be honest. The UK's got that guy who looks like he's wearing his dad's suit with his blonde mop of hair. He looks like he graduated high school 10 minutes ago or 35 years ago at the same time. I can't tell. He's got the girth of a 60-year-old man and the haircut of a 12-year-old girl. The US has had two bad ones in a row. They had the Tangerine Terror and Alzheimer's Andy back to back. Home of the brave. I think Catholic priests This is not going in that direction. I don't think they should be allowed to read out of the book. You think if you do a job for 30 years, every week, something would stick, right? Women would be way better at that job. Plus, I found out on top of the free accommodation and only having to work weekends, they get paid. So I find it surprising that there's no group advocating for women priests. I would totally back that movement, right? Yes. Yeah, especially because you wouldn't have to pay them as much. Only 70 cents to the dollar. I think hotels should stop advertising how many stars they have and just tell us how long it takes for the hot water to get to the shower. Because the richer you get, the less patience you have for things to be the way you want, right? Rich people don't drive slow cars, they drive Ferraris. They don't take taxis, they've got limos. You'll never see a rich person on a P&O cruise. They fly private. Because if you can't fly there, it's probably not worth going. I think they should get rid of the whole cruise ship industry, to be honest. Boats are a dumb way to travel. If you're in the middle of the ocean and something goes wrong, the only way you're getting rescued is by another boat. And it's not like it's quick either. You know how long it took for the Titanic to sink? 3.5 hours. They could have watched the movie Titanic in that time. I think when air travel comes back, they should fix that up too. It makes no sense that you can get to Adelaide for cheaper than Hamilton Island, right? Yes. So here's how you fix it. There's no tickets. It's first come, first served. And immediately, you've got rid of all the slow walkers and those idiots who take their coin collection through security. So you get to your seat and they charge you like a cab fare. You swipe a card and there's a little meter. And if you run out of money, your seat drops out the bottom of the plane like a James Bond movie. And the same penalty happens for those people who take their shoes off. You are not allowed to be in a pressurised tin can with hundreds of strangers and air out your hoofs. Not acceptable behaviour. I have this strange fantasy where it's like I am legend and the whole human race has been wiped out except for me. It's a fantasy because generally I find other people to be irritating. There is one caveat though, I don't want to be here if there's no internet or electricity, because the only thing worse than hanging out with other people is being by myself. I wonder if you ranked all the humans on Earth, like where I would be. I think number one would be Mike Tyson, just based on the fact that he could beat up anyone on the planet. I don't see who's knocking him off that top spot. The only way you could make Mike look like a chump is if you put him in a spelling bee and he just gave him a bunch of S words. Or like he'd get on stage and he'd go, okay, state your name, please. Hi, I'm Mike Tyson. And then they go, okay, Mike, your word is Mississippi. Oh man, seriously? Okay. Mississippi. Mississippi. Thank you very much. You guys have been great. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Keep it going one more time for Josh.